is the show that you've been waiting for. Came through with the spirit that you can't ignore. Ain't got no voices, so we stay informed. Straight up love, hope you stay informed. This is the show that you've been waiting for. Came through with the spirit that you can't ignore. Ain't got no voices, so we stay informed. Straight up love, hope you stay informed.
Stay connected.
Straight up love, straight up love, straight up love, it's all love. Straight up love, straight up love, straight up love, it's all love.
All right, hey y'all, welcome to Straight Up Love on Spirit 1400. This is K Love. I'm here to lift our voices everywhere for justice, Black excellence, and spiritual uprising. I am here to inspire, shake things up a little bit, and to do all things with great care, purpose, and intention. You can catch me every first and third Saturday from 11 to 11:30 a.m. and soon on DCTV. So welcome and thanks for joining me on this journey. It's important that every show starts with a love note. A love note is a poem, quote, or scripture that encourages us to be great and more than conquerors one day at a time. This love note is a quote from Michelle Obama. One of the lessons that I grew up with was to always stay true to yourself and never let what somebody else says distract you from your goals. And so when I hear about negative and false attacks, I really don't invest any energy in them because I know who I am. This love note really reflects Beatrice Dixon's response to the negative comments that appeared on Trustpilot after Target's Founders We Believe In commercial aired during Black History Month going into Women's Month. Towards the end of the commercial, this is what she said, and I quote, "The reason why it's so important for the honeypot to do well is so the next Black girl that comes up with a great idea, she can have a better opportunity. That means a lot to me." End quote. Y'all, that part caused so much backlash, but it turned out into a positive thing, and her response was so graceful. It was peaceful and filled with gratefulness. Beatrice Dixon, hello, and welcome to Straight Up Love. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. I'm doing well. So before, I definitely want to talk about the honeypot, how you got started and where you are now. But, we can't ignore what's happening in the world. How has COVID-19 affected you, your family, how you respond, and really the production of your product?
It's been a really, really great experience. We've learned a lot. There's been a lot of stressors. There's a lot of things that are out of our control, as with everybody else. It's just it's been an experience. That's the best way to put it.
Right. I know. I was listening to your story from the other day about orders. For those that just might not have Instagram, what's your message for people that are ordering from you?
For people that are ordering, honestly, we are working to get our in-stock levels back up. Nobody could have been prepared for what happened, right? And it's been it's not been very easy because we have had we've had some back orders, but the good news is that we're really getting caught up. So things are moving in the right direction. But just stay patient with us, give us grace, understand that we're going through the same thing that every other company is going through right now, just be patient with us. We're trying to over-communicate right now because that we feel like that's the best way to do it, So that's what we're doing. We're just over-communicating. We're making sure that our customers understand what's going on. We're not, we're not trying to say that it's one thing if it's another thing. These are just real life things that are happening. So we're just going with the flow.
I understand that, and that makes sense. Y'all have to be patient with everything, and so honeypot supporters just know that they're working on it.
We're working on it. We're working on it, exactly.
Right, and just in general, let's just bring and all that. So since the airing of the Target commercial, one would think that you just launched. However, the honeypot company launched in 2014. Right. Can you tell a little bit more about when you started, why you started, and where you are now?
Um, so we started back in 2014. Um, got started because of the mother of invention being necessity. I literally, had an infection that I couldn't get rid of. That was before 2014. That was actually like 2011, 2012.
Right.
But had an infection that I couldn't get rid of. Literally went to sleep one night, had a dream. In my dream, my ancestor had came to me and gave me a list of ingredients and told me that this would get rid of my problems. I then sourced all those ingredients, made it, and I was really lucky and fortunate because it ended up working. But that's how we got started. And then, from 2012 to 2014, we pretty much, you know, like tested it on as many people as we could. We I was selling on emails because we didn't have a website. It was like emails and phone calls and text messages. But 2014 came, we went to the Bronner Brothers Hair Show, sold out of 600 bottles. That's just kind of history.
Real quick, a couple of my friends, I was just asking if they had a chance to talk to you, like what would they ask you? So first, about Alan and Strange, and one of them asked, have you had to sacrifice any personal or family goals to make sure that your business was successful?
Yes. I have to sacrifice a lot of my time, I have to sacrifice a lot of my energy. Having a business is like having a baby. It's having a baby is a whole nother level of things. Don't make me wrong. I don't have children, so I'm not gonna try to belittle that. But it's your child. It needs you. Like it can't do without you. And so so it requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of like focus, a lot of intention, a lot of energy. Like if you want it to work, your energy has got to be so in it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so, so yeah, constantly.
It's not just your 9 to 5. It is your life.
No, it's your whole life. Like
right.
I've been on calls all day. And I still gotta manage to like get to my email at some point this week, and you know what I mean. And like there's things that I need to do, and I gotta be here for my team, and I gotta still do things for myself. And, you know what I mean. So it's just like it's constant hustle, constant focus.
It's a lot, but you love it.
Oh yeah, it's my life's work.
Right.
Yeah.
Another one was, so you brought something unique to the feminine care product. How did you go about doing that? Like, how did you know what inspired your uniqueness to bring to the honey?
My uniqueness. When you say that, what do you mean?
Well, you have a variety of products, right? And you brought.
You mean as far as like how we approach the product? When I say that we're the honey pot company, I'm saying that we're the vagina company, right? And if you're going to say that you're the vagina company, then, you kind of have to you have to be representative of that. And so, for me, honey pot needs to be reflected in every feminine care aisle that you walk down, right? There's so many little subsections within that aisle. For me, honey pot needs to be reflected in that whole aisle, And so in order for us to do that, we have to have the right products. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't necessarily know that you don't need, it's almost better not to recreate a wheel, or not to create a wheel, but to recreate one, right? So if I'm standing in front of where the treatment stuff is, honey pot should have something that goes there, right? Even though it's natural and it can't technically be a treatment, right? Honey Pot should have something that goes there. If it's the washes and wipes, Honey Pot should have something. If it's pads, tampons, menstrual cups, deodorant sprays, whatever it is, we need to be reflecting in that because we are the Honey Pot company. So.
Right. And you want us to care for our vaginas. So
exactly.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah. And so as a Black woman, I know that you are one of the 50 women in history to have raised $1 million in venture capital. However, we know statistics show that Black women-led businesses usually are less likely to receive that venture capital. How did you overcome that adversity?
Kept fighting for it. Kept pitching. It's your first raise is the hardest. Your second raise is a little less hard, but it's still hard. And the other raises after that, are difficult because all of them are. Because what comes with it is this this pressure because you need the money.
Right.
You got to run your business. So it's for me at this point, that's the hardest thing. Yeah. Because everything else you can't control. All that you know is that you need the money. I think the way we fought against it or were able to win or however you look at it is, we just stuck with it. We were fortunate to be surrounded with people or know people that knew people that were investors. And we just kept going out there. It's hard to do though, because you hear no a lot more than you hear yes. You know what I mean? Like way more than you hear yes. So you have to not be nervous about that. You can't really, you know what I mean?
Don't be
you can't really care. Yeah, you have to really be comfortable with hearing no. But we can do it. It's just this thing is one of the reasons why it's so hard for Black women to raise money in venture capital is because there's not a lot of there is a lot of Black-owned businesses and a lot of Black-owned women-led businesses, right? But a lot of those Black-owned women-led businesses, there are some that are really big, but at the same time, are they growing really fast? A lot of them are, but then are they going through acquisitions? Are they selling? Right? And that's really that's what investors want to get in bed with. They want to get in bed with a business that's going to go. So if they give you $1, they're going to want back their 10, right? And so, what we have to do to get over the adversity is to continue to have really high growth businesses, and then also understand that if we want to really see the market react to what it is that we're doing, we're going to have to start selling our businesses. We're going to have to go after that big wealth, that big pie, because otherwise the venture capital world, it doesn't really care,
What's your one nugget for Black women led businesses? If you had, I know it's so many nuggets you could give a person or a business. What's one for Black women specifically?
Don't give up and do your stuff really well.
Right.
Do whatever it is that you do so good that it's undeniable. You know what I mean? And do not give up. Keep pushing because it is going to be hard.
Don't give up. Real quick, hey again, Love Crew. This is Straight Up Love. I'm K Love, and today I'm talking with Beatrice Dixon, founder of the plant-based product, feminine care product, the Honey Pot. Can we switch it up and just talk about social justice a little bit? So I know that you've partnered with an organization called Happy Period, and with the purchase of a Happy Period pin, the Honey Pot donates feminine care products to those in need. Do you feel like women's health or lack thereof is a social justice issue?
Absolutely. Absolutely. First off, the fact that feminine care can't be readily available to everybody, that's a social injustice.
It definitely is.
Yeah, the fact that young women around the world, including in America, will go to school without menstrual care products. That's a social injustice. You know, the fact that you know, things are starting to be done, tampon taxes, all that kind of stuff. But the fact that in prison substances are changing, but in prison, like, these girls gotta like recycle their menstrual pads because they're not given enough, or when they are given, they cost a ridiculous amount of money. Right? You know, that's a social injustice as well. So I could go on and on.
Right.
But,
how do you? So I think I read that you mentor young girls, or how else are you giving back besides the Happy Period pins?
We also do. We sponsor 5 girls a month. I think it's 5 girls a month in Uganda with AfroPads. And what they do is they teach young girls how to make their own reusable menstrual pads.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, it's dope because it's kind of like teaching them how to fish. You know what I mean? If you teach somebody how to fish and they can figure it out, they can eat. And so the dope thing about that, though, is that, one, they can make them for themselves, but then 2, they can make them and sell them to other people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Earlier we talked about the new product, and I know for me, I need some education on it. Your menstrual cup. Can you please tell me, like, how does that work? How does it work, and how is it? I think I read that it's environmentally healthy, better than even like the pads or the tampon. So can you talk about your menstrual cup?
Yeah. So the menstrual cup is made of a medical grade silicone. Basically, the way that you put it in is you have to like fold it in and like flip it so it kind of looks like a taco. And then you put it in, and then it opens up like a cup inside of you, right?
Is it kind of like a female condom a little bit, or no?
I don't know.
So the female condom goes like it's big, so you have to squeeze it and put it in, and then
put it in there,
and then it goes around your cervix or something like that.
Yeah, no, this is like cups, like right on the inside, like right in your vagina, you know.
Can a person feel it? Like, can a woman
No,
feel
it would be like how you put a tampon in.
Oh, okay.
You know, you don't really feel that unless you put it in wrong.
Unless you put it in wrong.
That's going to be a disaster. But
Absolutely.
You know, as long as you put it in the right way, no, you don't feel it.
Right.
And the thing that's different from the cup to the tampons got to be changed every 3 to 4 hours, right? Like with haste, you know, I met women who go to sleep with tampons on. I'm like, please don't do that. Like, that's awful. But with the menstrual cup, you can leave it in for 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
And you're not going to get sick, you know. And then but when you take it out, you need to be in a safe place.
Make sure we do that. Be in a safe place. Okay. Yeah. I had this question towards the end, but I want to know now, since we're kind of talking about the menstrual cup, what's one thing that has surprised you about women and what we don't know about our vulva or our vagina?
Nothing surprises me, because if you weren't taught, then how can you know? You know. And I try to be careful with that, because you never want to pass judgment on people, and you never know how sensitive people are about that. You know. But no, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, when a woman goes to the doctor and her doctor says you don't need to clean your vagina, it's a self-cleaning oven, right? Yes, it is, but what the doctor fails to mention is that the vagina is inside the body, right?
Right.
You do clean your vulva because you got to walk around with that on the outside of your body all day, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, so if your doctor's not telling you, right, then the doctor probably didn't tell your mommy, and then your mommy's mommy may not have been told. And then if nobody's mommy was told, then how does your mommy know how to tell you? Unless she educated herself, you know? So it's not surprising. Nothing surprises me.
Okay. So know that I bought the wash and I've used the pads. I haven't used I don't know why I'm scared to use the wash. Because I've never used it.
It is glorious.
I heard. So I'm definitely going to try it. My sister asked today, she was just like, you still haven't used it? And I'm just like, I don't know why, but I do have it.
Well, just, when you use it, don't use it with the washcloth. Just use it with your hands. It's like,
Okay.
it's water, it's coconut oil, it's vinegar. It's cool. Like, it'll be fine.
So spiritually, I have noticed because I watched some interviews from you, and I've noticed how calm and peaceful you are, no matter what. And I know you said you're here for whatever comes your way, but I do want to know spiritually, how did you get to that really calm place? And in 2012, you were entering or initiated into the Santeria religion. So can you briefly talk about that, and how did you get to this calm, peaceful place?
So with Santeria, I was drawn to it. That's normally how it works, because Santeria is really dealing with your ancestors and things like that. So I was really drawn to it naturally. It's been in my life for 8 years now, because February 8th was my anniversary. But it's a really beautiful spirituality. I used to say that I practiced it, but I don't really say that I practice it anymore, because it's like my blood is just in me. But how I came to get to a calm place is because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because you can most definitely be Orisha and not be calm. I know that because I've been that, and sometimes I still am that. Yesterday I had a weird day. I'm not, I'm calm 80% of the time, right? But then there's things that can take me out of my square, or sometimes I'm sad, or sometimes I'm mad, or sometimes I'm stressed. I'm a human. I'm an ordinary human. I just even though yesterday was a weird day for me, I know that was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And even if it was like yesterday, or yesterday at 10 o'clock at night, I got out of that funk, I know that the next moment is really the only one. This moment is really the only one that matters. So, I know that I'm gonna die one day. I know that now is all that really counts. So, and even bigger than that, I know that I don't know anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, why should I not be calm? Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Can you tell me what were you doing when you knew that your voice was lifting our voices everywhere?
What was I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I had I don't know. I don't know. I was just doing, man. I just
Do you feel like your
you know
voice?
what it is, sister?
Okay.
These aren't sound bites for me. Like, this is how I live my life. You know what I mean? So like, I just really love humanity. And and if I have any opportunity to express that, then I do. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you what I was doing, because whatever was happening then, even in this moment, I just love humans, man. I love Earth. I love all that I am and all that we are, and and I appreciate that people feel that way about me.
No, that's good. I like that. So for me, love is lifting our voices everywhere. So that's why I asked that question. Awesome for you that really for you you've been doing it your whole life. Whatever you were doing and how you're in this space, it's who you are. So that's how you're lifting our voices everywhere. So that's good. Just a kind of a fun question, if that's okay. You can choose superpower or superhero. So if you could be any,
if I could choose
between a superpower or a superhero, which one would you be and why?
Oh, I would be a superpower.
Okay.
And I would be energy.
Okay.
Like even though I am, like we're all just like energetic beings wrapped up with skin, like
right. Right.
But I would be like the consciousness inside of energy.
The consciousness inside of energy. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aware of like the stuff that happens like between now and when you go, you know,
right.
like what happens with a tree when it's being a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like what happens inside of a plant. Like that's all energy. You know, I would want to be that. I would want to, even though I am that, I would want to be the consciousness in that. You know?
Okay.
It may sound weird, but
no. I get it. It makes sense. You want to be the energy inside the consciousness, or the consciousness inside the energy.
I would want to be I would want to be the consciousness inside the energy that didn't have to know what it was. Like, because the tree isn't like humans, right? We want to be what we see, right? Or we have envy and we have ego, or we've just been taught that we have envy and ego and jealousy and all these things, and then we just believed it. But a tree is just being a tree,
right?
A bee. I have bees flying all around. A bee is just being a bee.
Just being a bee. Yeah.
A carpenter bee just wants to barrel into the wood. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't want to be anything else other than what it is.
Right.
I would want to be whatever the raw thing is in that.
Yeah.
And be completely okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yes. That is awesome.
So superpowers. Sorry to get all esoteric on you.
It's okay. I get it. I understand. Thank you for that. We're actually towards the end of the show, but I just wanted to thank you so much for today. Thank you for your time. For those that are listening, you can find her on Instagram at The Honey Pot Co. And then her website is thehoneypot.co. And what else? Is there any other place?
And you can find me on I am B Dixon, BEADIXON.
I am B Dixon on Instagram. That's how you can find her. All right, Love Crew, thank you for joining me on Straight Up Love Spirit 1400. You can support me on IG and Twitter at K Love Notes, Facebook at Love Notes LLC. If you're looking to sponsor a segment, you can email me at klovenotes@gmail.com. Remember this, my friend: walk in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Be the fruit of the Spirit, and make sure you're lifting our voices everywhere. Thanks again. See y'all every first and third Saturday on Spirit 1400 from 11:30 to 11:30 a.m. Thank you, Miss Beatrice.
Thank you. I am Beatrice Dixon, co-founder and CEO of The Honey Pot, and I am Straight Up Love.